Tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
I pulled up next to you and saw your dick.
My man, you can't fucking say that.
That shit sounds scary as fuck.
That's beating the shit out of it. I have a friend that has the hair on the forearm, and I haven't said anything to him, but
Okay.
Except live on a fucking podcast.
like, I am gay. I'm
Nick
saying.
accidentally sucked a dick.
So this is why you brought up the
Oh, system's not there. This is snap.
Yep.
Come on.
Energy's up. Can't forget.
My fingers are kind of frozen.
And welcome to the Modern X podcast. This is Nick Bavar, your host as always. To my left, Chills in the building. Let's get Chill some snaps.
Yo.
That's good.
To the very right, Colton O'Brien's in the building. Let's give him some claps.
What's up?
And right next to me, Pat is in the building. Let's also give him some claps. Stop your claps. Round of applause, episode 59.
59. You got it right, ladies and gentlemen.
59 episodes, my friends.
That's crazy, man.
We just did 50.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Felt like not that long ago.
Yeah, we just did
That was
50.
9 weeks ago.
Right.
More than that, because we do it every other week.
No,
Nine
weeks
fucking
ago.
weeks. And by the way,
You guys
by
never
the way, fellas, the past couple weeks, that's on me. That's on me.
Forgive you.
We'll be back in action.
I still watched your
Okay.
single episodes.
Hey, and that's why I appreciate you. Okay.
Word.
But we'll be back next. From now on, Nick Bavar is here to stay.
You heard that.
Good.
Loud and
You know what I'm
proud.
saying?
All right.
Ain't leaving.
So we were just talking about Joel Osteen.
We were.
All right.
Colton, can you break down who Joel Osteen is? Am I saying his name right?
I think so.
Joel
Yeah,
Osteen?
that's how-
Joel
J-O-E-L?
Osteen, yeah.
J-O-E-L, yeah.
Okay.
Joel,
Okay.
Or does he go by Joel?
Ooh, Joel Osteen.
Joel.
I think it's Joel.
In France, does he go by Joel?
Joel?
I don't know.
Joel
I
Osteen?
don't know any of these
Joel?
things. Why is everyone asking me these questions?
Okay, so Joel Osteen, tell us about him.
Okay, so all I know about this guy is that he runs a super mega church in, I think it's Houston area, and pretty much this dude charges people to come see him. He has a lot of videos on the internet of people giving him hate because of the things that he says, and pretty much this dude's just a total fucking weirdo.
What's the quote he says?
Which one?
The one we was talking about outside.
Colton knows that quote.
Colton. You
This
suck a dick, you go to hell.
That's
what he said.
I thought his quote was, and I'm sure if we could try to find this video, we can find it. I'm sure at one point he said, "If you suck a dick, son, you're going straight to hell and you're burning." And I hate when people say "burn" in hell because it's like I can only burn for so long,
And then you're just ashes.
and then you're just there's no
Ashes.
more. So like, how long am I burn?
And then don't ashes like kind of if there's like a lot of air kind of
Evaporate.
I'll get there.
Am I
eventually.
are we doing this like a roasted pig type of thing where like I'm over like a
Rotisserie.
fire rotisserie?
Rotisserie Nick?
Delicious.
Delicious.
I mean, what is
That
this?
shit probably
So, all
tastes
right. So, continue. Give us the what did he recently say? I have the.
So the
video.
one we were talking outside, he said something like, if you're broke, poor, and hungry, all that means is that you're broke, poor, and hungry. And he pretty much said that God likes you more if you are prospering because like it makes him happy. So he was like speaking for God, and he was like, he said it makes God happy to see you doing good rather than like being broke, poor, and hungry. And I just thought that was kind of weird. It was pretty much the opposite of saying "come as you are," how most churches would be. Does that make sense?
As you are. As you are. God damn, that's a banger song.
is a great
It's just some
song.
snaps from Nirvana, baby.
Yes.
Snaps from Nirvana. But I have the video right here of what he
Yeah.
said. Here we go.
Show God that you're really humble. No, when you're poor, broke, and defeated, all that proves is that you're poor, broke, and defeated. It doesn't bring any honor to God.
Is he a comedian now?
If I brought my two children up on the platform today, and their clothes were all raggedy, worn out, holes in their shoes, hair not combed, you would look at me and think, what kind of father is he? It'd be a poor reflection on me. Listen, when you look good, dress good, live in a nice place, excel in your career, generous with others, that brings a smile to God's face. It brings him pleasure to prosper you.
Hey.
Like designer clothes should use that as a motto. If
Hey,
you look nice,
you know what I'm saying? If that's
You
the
look good,
if that's
God
the
loves
issue,
you.
tell God throw me a little bit of fucking change so I can go get some nice goddamn clothes.
Really?
shit,
You know what I'm saying? I've been shopping at the goddamn thrift store for fucking 5 years.
you look good though.
You know what I'm saying? I make it work.
He's never there.
Well,
No, he's not there.
I think the thing is, things is just misinterpreted the way because the way he said it, it kind of made it seem like a diss. But I get the situation though.
But it's also like change your voice, man.
Yeah, and he always says things like that where it's like you can't pinpoint an exact few words that are like, he said, you're terrible, you know, but he always speaks in that condescending language almost.
There's got to be someone in the crowd that's like, do y'all hear this motherfucker?
He almost like tries to back it up in while he's saying it.
Yeah.
Like give you a reason that it's true.
And
In
say it
the
so
way he says
confidently.
it. It's the way he says it,
I
too.
could see why dumb people are like so big on him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen.
Like he seems convincing.
Kanye
Yeah,
West. I'm a Kanye guy. I love Kanye's music. I'm all about the Kanye music, right? We can all agree that my man is a little nuts up in the head.
He's fucking lost it.
A little cuckoo.
Bro, he lost it
I love
years
Kanye,
ago.
but he
bro.
lost
the
that
meds.
shit.
Now listen,
Years ago.
Kanye's always like, I'm off my meds, but I don't my meds because I feel better. Listen, I took ADHD medicine since I was in the 2nd grade, right? I had any ADHD medicine you can think I've had Adderall. I mean, the whole goddamn thing, right? And that shit will fuck you up, son. Adderall. This is what Adderall does to you. I'm sure we've all had a little taste of some Adderall.
Should I have
of
it
course.
prescribed?
Okay, so you know, it fucking first off, the first thing I don't like about Adderall, it shrinks your testes.
Nuh-uh.
Dude,
Hold on. Testy check.
shrinks your tests. Not like permanently,
I'm
but like
missing one.
Patrick, oh my God.
you know what I'm saying? You know, your nuts is like this.
Yeah.
Your nuts is hanging from now. Like your nuts are like 2 apples hanging from a tree, right? But when you're on the Adderall, the 2 apples are like on top of the tree, so they're not hanging.
Okay.
They're just in a fucking hard surface.
If y'all need an example, we can show you.
Yeah. So and then like it just makes you a zombie. You know your fucking personality. Are you on it right now?
I took a little bit so I could go hoop really well,
Okay.
but
man
I
still
finessed the
But
script.
the thing
I don't
about
need
the thing
it.
about the shit is for other people it does like different things.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
does like completely different
With
things.
people with ADHD, it literally
Yeah.
like does the opposite of what
it makes
does to
it
me.
made me a fucking zombie,
Yeah.
dog.
Oh shit.
Like I don't talk to no one. I go home and, like you want to talk about anxiety, bro? Like you would get in your bed and just be like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying?
You know what it is, bro? And it's crazy because I took a psychology class last year. So
One of my favorite classes right now.
So, do you know exactly why that type of medicine does that to people? Okay, so this is why. There are chemicals in our body, like, for example, hormones, testosterone, estrogen, that's for women, and there's androgens. So, what these pills do is basically kills those cells.
Yeah.
So that's why when you was talking about when your testes shrink, that's why, because it's killing your testosterone.
Your sex drive, yeah.
That's basically it's killing your sex
Dude,
drive.
try to
It's not,
beat- try
it's
to
not
beat off on
killing
that
them,
shit.
but it's turning them off, and then your body after that says, "Oh, well, that's my natural state," and then it stops producing it even whenever you stop using them.
So in other words, it's stunted.
Yeah.
Dog, literally try to fucking beat my meat on that shit. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen.
I can second that.
You're sitting there just like, come on! Just fucking choking it and shit. Fucking throwing it around.
Saiyan this shit.
You
I
get
called
fucking
my doctor one night because the girl was mad.
Call her, dude. Call her as he's like trying to put it in. He's like, it's not fucking working.
What do I do? Doctor, what do I do?
But anyways, so yeah, Kanye's off his goddamn meds, and I think we can all tell. But he's fucking nuts teaming up with this Joel Osteen.
Oh, he teamed up with him?
He went to his church.
Yes.
He went to his church and like performed just some, because his new album is called Jesus is King, and he performed like, I'm guessing, some of that.
Have you listened to the album?
I only listened to 4
refuse.
songs.
I listened to a couple of them are like some bangers, but a couple of them are like Like it ain't no Life of Pablo.
I'm not
shit.
the biggest Kanye guy.
Yeah.
I'm not either. I mean, I used to be, but
Like College Dropout, that's my shit. You know,
College
like
Dropout.
that whole era.
Late
But
registration.
until we got to Yeezus, the second he
I didn't
claimed
like
himself as
Yeezus. I didn't like
Yeezus,
Yeezus.
he went downhill.
yeah.
Life of Pablo is my all-time favorite album.
That's a, and
Really?
That's a good
Oh, my
album, but
all-time
I-
favorite album.
Man, listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah,
I know that.
You know that?
But
That's what I'm
Yeezus I
saying.
didn't fuck with. It's like he changes his like genre every
Well,
like.
I
couple
like
albums.
that. I mean, that's what like Mac Miller does. You know, that's what like a lot of really
But
fit.
Mac Miller did it really well. Like, I feel like,
So it's like
in my opinion, Kanye's went like way right or way.
You know
left
who
or
went
whatever.
way right? Extension.
Yeah.
When I heard that motherfucker's first song, the first song I heard by him was "Fucked Up,"
yeah.
and I saw it on YouTube, and he's like in a crowd of like fucking 45 people, and they're all smushed in one little room, and he just fucked up. And everybody's just,
Yeah,
hey,
and
oh
then
my
started
god!
making,
I'm
like,
sitting there watching the
good
video
songs.
like I'm about to punch something, and then finally he gets his deal and shit, and then he comes out with his album, and he's like, if you expect that headbanging shit, this album's not for you. And I'm like, all right, my friend, like what the fuck else you gonna do, you know? And I listen to it, and it's just the whole time just.
Hey, I really like that album though.
The
Not
very
gonna lie.
first album,
the second one.
the second
Which
The
one,
one
you
where
talking
he's
about?
like, where he has sad on it and all that.
yeah,
I think
that's a badass.
I think that's the exclamation point. When
That's
I
the
think.
badass album.
so,
I'm
too.
talking about the very first one where like it
Oh,
kinda,
you talking about Revenge?
Revenge, where it kind of like
Oh,
the,
he talking about it got look at me. You talking about that one, huh?
Oh,
Look at
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at me.
But that's his
Yeah.
only. That's his only.
Studio album.
Yeah, like that's his only like hype song.
Yeah,
The
but
rest is just like sad shit.
well, I mean, okay, well, actually, but
That
you gotta
song's
keep in mind
scary.
though, he was coming from a dark place though, so of course you're gonna expect that from him.
I know, but at the same time, it's like, hey man, I'm trying to fucking punch someone at the same time.
And he got songs where you can do that
A
shit.
couple, but even his newest album he put out, he don't have any like bangers.
Well, that's because man, they trying to work with what they have. Man, the
The
man
man's
passed
dead.
away. Man, hold on, man. First of all, hold on one second. We just mentioned two people in this room that have passed. Long live Malcolm. Long live Jose.
Rest in
Snaps,
peace,
please.
baby. Rest in peace.
Snaps, please. Snaps, please. Yes.
But one of the biggest changes in music, in my opinion, because I was on this shit heavy in high school, was Wiz motherfucking Khalifa.
We were just talking about Wiz Khalifa.
Like old Wiz to what he does now. I mean, very lately he went kind of back. He kind
Yeah.
of like did that throwback shit with Currency and whatnot. But before that, dude, I was not fucking with his music.
who?
Wiz.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
For like 5 years.
For like
We was just
after
talking-
Rolling Papers 2 or
Rolling
something.
Papers
it was
2. That's what.
over.
Yeah, exactly.
We was just talking about Wiz. So wait, hold on. So where did you say where it was just like that's it?
Like after Rolling, I was heavy on him at like Young Wiz. Like that was
Yeah.
my shit. I'll still play everything. Like what was it? Like Paper Planes or something?
Cushion
Cushion
OJ, yeah.
Orange Juice. All
That's
of
what I
those.
was just playing for him. Mesmerized.
Mesmerized, bro.
Bruh.
That whole-
One of the best songs.
all of those are classics.
That's what
Still
I was- bro.
blazing. Still blazing.
He
still
was
blazing.
out.
oh, dude.
That
Oh,
song
stop,
too,
stop,
bro.
stop, stop. I'm gonna cry, I'm
That's the
gonna cry.
best Kush
I'm
song.
fucking
Like,
crying
he really
now.
has
I'm crying.
anthems
The
to
gun
like.
blowing so amazing.
Oh, fuck!
I can never just smoke like
Jesus
this.
Christ, dude! I remember being
Classic.
a senior year listening to that song.
Yo,
And it's like just swinging.
So happy you have a
Swinging.
joint. Like 3 of your homies went in on a gram. You're like, yeah, we still blazing. Yeah, we got one joint, but it's a wrap.
I had that shit on SoundCloud.
Hell
I had
yeah.
that shit on SoundCloud.
They just dropped it like a couple months ago. All his old shit on Apple Music.
Oh,
Dude,
really?
that's why I'm on it. Like Cabin Fever 2, all that.
hell
Cabin
yeah.
Fever 1 was
Cabin
the
Fever
shit.
1
Dude,
was
I've-
the
I've been
shit,
banging
bro.
that lately.
I was in high school when that shit came out, bro. That shit was fire.
And that was back before that type of energy in your voice was like able to be used as much as like people do today to make the song. And like, cause back then, like, what was this? He had like 2 songs on there that weren't like a word. It was just an acronym.
I think that was on 2.
O19FC?
Like MIA, and there was something else.
It was O19FC.
Yeah.
That was a
No, that
He's
was
talking about the songs on the mixtape though.
which mixtape? Which one?
Like
Cabin Fever.
like Cabin
2.
Fever 2 had MIA in it. And
Yeah.
then
Cabin
it
Fever
had
2
some-
gave me anxiety. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I love that shit.
This gave me anxiety.
Hold on, yo. I gotta look.
The
Just the
Adderall.
beat, just the Adderall, yeah.
Yeah, let's just not talk and listen to Cabin Fever. For
I'm
like
in my,
the next,
I'm in
like,
my
hour.
room on Adderall, just listen to Cat Fever, just like this.
Relax, bro.
That shit was fire.
Yeah, but after he made King of Everything, it was just right there because he made King of Everything after Rolling Papers 2.
Yeah, I mean, and he still had like
A
Billboard
couple-
charting songs that other people liked, but I feel like that was just
It wasn't Wiz music.
it was not my.
I don't want him to put on weight. I like
He's
scrawny
kind of
Wiz.
swole though now.
He
Yeah.
is swole.
He
Want
be-
him to be scrawny
Yeah.
all his life?
I mean, let's not get too crazy. He
And
ain't
he'll whoop your
swole.
ass.
He kind of
Hey,
swole now,
hey,
bro.
let's get this. Listen, oh my God, let's get this straight
Come
right
on,
here,
Nick.
right now.
Don't do it, bro.
I'll slap
Don't
the
do it,
fuck out of
bro.
Wiz, man.
Man, look.
I'll
check this
slap
out.
the fuck out of Wiz.
My guy
this
trains
out.
with Nick Diaz
Nah,
and
nah,
Nate
nah.
Diaz,
Yeah,
and
bro.
then, like
He's
you,
gonna whoop some ass.
Hey,
You
I'll
can't even
find
reach
Nick
him.
Diaz. I'll find Nick Diaz on the fucking streets in L.A. getting a taco at the taco stand and slap the fuck out of him too.
boy.
I go, hey,
You see the last
I'm gonna
night?
eat
How many
that
times
shit
I
and
hit him?
kill
I
you.
go, Nick, I got 5 of G over here. Oh, for real. Slap the shit out of him.
You better be quick.
Nah, Nick will whoop my ass, but Wiz can get these hands.
That Wiz whoop your ass too.
I'll fuck around.
Challenge
with Wiz.
right here.
He.
Wiz, if you see this,
What if he
Episode
really
60
saw this and I
special.
got a message. It was like, "What up with it?"
Yeah.
Hey,
He's like, hey, bitch.
nothing.
I got
Hey, if
50
you-
racks on Wiz.
Hey, if you do check my music out, fam, shit. If that's the case, hey, we'll play my music at the arena, fam. We could do it, bro.
No doubt.
He just long. He just long.
He's just long.
How tall is he?
Bro, he's probably 6.
He's over 6
7.
feet. He's over 6
6'7"?
feet.
He's not 6'7". Are you
There's no
stupid?
way. Let's look it up. Let's look
Bruh,
it up.
he's
Can
like-
you look it up.
I'm going
6'7".
6'5".
I'm going less
Chill
than
out.
6'4".
I don't know if he's the same
No.
height as Snoop or he might be taller.
She was looking it up.
No.
6'7".
Bets on the table. I'm going
All right.
6'5".
Oh no, you said 6'7". Patrick stuck at 6'7". Come on, someone tell me.
6'7" is a little
He's got
high.
it. He's got it.
I'm looking at it. Relax.
We get that slow internet.
All right, Wiz is
Technical difficulties.
Google's supposed to have it right there.
I know, like
Oh,
they just pop up.
he's 6'4".
6'4". That's not too. I mean, that's pretty fucking tall. He did say 6'7" though. That's like a young.
I didn't think he was just
Luka's
like 3 inches
6'7".
taller than me.
Luka's 6'7".
2 Chainz is 6'5".
Yeah, he's
Luka's
taller.
not. What?
6'7".
Luka's 6'7".
Who?
2 Chainz is 6'5".
He moves like that as 6'7".
That's the issue.
Yeah, bro. He's.
That's the issue.
Bro, okay, hold on. Let's get
Change-
some snaps for Luka.
You know Machine Gun.
Luka's 6'7".
You know Machine Gun Kelly's 6'4".
All
Look,
people.
Lil Wayne is 5'5".
Bro,
Oh,
Jay
Lil Wayne-
Z's 6'2".
Jesus. Hold on. Let me think of a good rapper that we think is tall but isn't tall. Can you think of one?
How tall is Chief Keef?
5'7".
Keef.
5'7".
Not 5'7".
Yeah, it just said it right here.
5'7"? How you get that
Oh,
shit that
whoop
fast?
his
Bro,
ass,
where
man.
you?
Well, hold on.
it's
That's the
still in-
second time he did that shit, bro. That something.
Oh,
he
no.
did something
I'm
before
sorry.
something happened. Hold up.
It said Tyga. It has like all these rappers' heights right here.
Oh, Tyga's a bitch.
Tyga's 5'7".
I hate Tyga.
Why you hate Tyga, bro?
Tyga made the same music for 25 years.
I mean, he should have stopped and just made investments if that was the case.
I
If that's how
can't
you
stand
feel.
Tiger,
But I mean,
man.
hey, let him do his thing, man. Because you see, things was going good when he had that little thing.
I bet you can name this rapper. It's lit.
Oh, Travis.
Jesus Christ. How many times in a fucking song he say, it's lit?
Not the biggest Travis fan.
I can't stand Travis Scott.
Okay.
Every
You're
fucking
the
thing.
first person.
It's lit.
I will
All
be
right.
honest. Hold up.
There's a few songs.
I did like his old stuff, though.
What, like his beginning shit?
Yeah.
And the first 2 songs of Astro World.
You put Drake
Fire
on it.
intro.
You put the whole Astro World album's the same song.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
It's
I
a
was-
long song.
The first
just cut
2
in
are good,
pieces.
and then you're like, all right, this is.
What am I to listen to? Is it on repeat?
Song.
It's on repeat. What's that song that talks about candy canes? Sweet like
What?
candy canes. What's that song?
Oh,
I have no clue what the name of it is.
Who?
Like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that
Oh,
didn't
wait a
help.
minute. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know who it is, though. I know exactly what
Sweet
you're
like
talking
candy
about.
canes. It's lit. That's all
It's
hear.
lit.
That's all you hear.
That's the end of the song.
All right.
Oh, you talking about M&M's, bro? It might be
Yeah.
no Butterfly Effect.
Butterfly
That's what it
effect.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the hills, deep
Yeah,
up like
yeah, yeah.
mate.
It's lit.
M&M's,
It's
sweet
lit.
like
Yeah,
candy
that's the whole
canes.
time, bro. Like, okay, we get it, man. Travis Scott like that dude at the party that like don't say a word but Snapchat the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And the caption is "It's lit."
It's lit.
He'd be on the wall like,
Yeah.
my life's a movie.
Damn.
Getting no ass shaking.
And then go back to the wall.
Yeah, just go back to the wall.
Now, hey, let's talk about
Damn,
that.
why don't these girls come talk?
Let's talk about that for a second.
What up?
I think we talked about this a couple podcasts ago, but is there a point to going to a party if you got a girl?
Yeah, I like going to parties.
But what's the goal of a party?
Yeah, no, you definitely don't. You definitely want to leave
You
by
have
about.
to change your goal.
It's a whole different.
You
fucking
want to leave by like 1:30, but let me tell you, that's 12 to 1:30 is still fun.
Yeah,
You know?
because I
But,
used,
like, what was I? If your party is filled with a bunch of your friends, that
Yeah.
makes a big difference.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
our parties that we threw, that like majority of the people we knew were the funnest things I've ever. And like my point was just to get drunk and have fun, and I might end up with a girl.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's for me. If I was single and I was going to a party, it's game 7.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? It'd be game
Clutch
7.
time.
Either we winning or we not.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't finna go to a fucking party, risk my goddamn freedom, have to hop a fucking fence, get my nuts cut on the fence.
Oh hell,
You know what I'm saying?
What this turned into?
No, that's a good point.
To not get
cops.
some fucking punani at the end of the day.
Just to have like 4 beers in you.
That's what it's not worth it. It's
And
not
like a
worth it.
pack on you, and you're like,
That's why-
damn it, I gotta go.
You just don't let anyone who's
Yeah,
under
and you
21
can make the
in
argument. You
in
can
the
make the argument, be
house.
like,
Good point.
That's the
you
point.
can be like, oh, I'm just gonna go there and smoke with the homies. Go to your fucking house and smoke with the homies. Why you got to be in this environment? And isn't that a bitch when you're smoking at a party and everybody around you like this, just like looking at you and like? You don't
I
touch
hate
shit.
that, especially if you're at a party
know what I'm
where
saying?
majority of the people you don't know.
Yeah, they
Because
just
then they're
looking
all
at
like,
you.
okay, what's he about? Like
Yeah.
I've been to so many of those where like shit gets started.
No.
Be with us, and I'm just like, bro, like I'm here for the free beer.
Son,
Leave me alone.
can I tell you a quick fucking story?
Wait, hold on. Can I say this real quick? I've actually seen a situation where somebody was trying to look because there was a time where I was at this party and that did occur, right? But homie was looking, but he wasn't looking at me. He was just looking up, just looking up.
How did you
Is
think
it
it was
really
you?
high?
No, he was just looking. I'm like, bro, what's up, bro?
Dude, 'cause
Why did you think he was looking at you then?
I don't know, but he's right here. He's looking. No. He's looking in the direction, bro.
Of you?
Yes,
Because he
But,
kept fucking
but
hearing.
look, I'm right there, right? He's looking that way, but he's looking up. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe something about to fall on you, bro.
Did you whoop his ass?
Continue,
No,
sir. Nah,
quick fucking story. We was at this one party back in the day. This is like senior year, and we're chilling, and everybody's fucking around. We form a huge circle, probably like 10 to 12 people, right? I think we got like 6 or 7 rolled up or whatever, and everyone's passing, right? I mean, it's a fucking rotation in this bitch, right? All close friends, right? But there was this one girl that was from a different school, right? You know, there's always that one girl from a different school, a little hefty around the waist area, a little meaty. She'd been drinking that night.
That's called thick
Medium
now.
rare.
Yeah, she'd been drinking that night. She just got off some kind of trouble thing, so she was like just now getting back into it, right? She's trying to hit on my man, so she's right next to my man. We're fucking passing. She's chiefing these fucking things, man. And she looks at me and she goes, I haven't smoked in like 2 years. And I'm like, oh, like you're about to get fucking blitzed. Not even 2 seconds later. I'm like looking at this. All of a sudden I hear, oh my fucking God. And someone across from us was watching her and she could see her like start to go like about to barf.
bro.
I looked to my left. She's right next to me. All of a sudden you hear one of the dudes go. You hear one of the dudes go, run. She just goes, just projectile all over the fucking already shit that was on the table. Dude, you see the black kids running. He goes run. He's like running, runs over to the hose, grabs the hose. The poor girl's still sitting there vomiting. He grabs the hose and goes. He sprays the girl. Why she's so far? He's just like you're spraying the whole motherfucker.
Like it's a cat. Like stop it. Like.
Dude, this poor fucking girl, man. Because I said there's 12 of us, so 11 of us are way back up on the fence, just looking at her, and she's just sitting there by herself, just and then this one kid just spraying her in the fucking face.
Oh,
I will never forget that shit, man. And finally, they took her to the bathroom. She ended up throwing up in the house. It was a whole fucking thing. But the whole point of that story was the kid that was spraying her with the fucking hose.
Oh my!
Did anybody get hit by throw up?
Yeah, one person got in the leg, but there was weed on the table, and that guy shit got hit.
Oh, that's a tragedy.
Yeah,
How the
throw up marijuana.
How you spray?
I seen a dude one time fuck up at a party pretty bad. There was
Is there anything like someone fucking up a party?
dude like it was in Flower Mound, and the dude was
Flower Mound.
It's a really nice house, like all super nice
rich
houses all
motherfuckers out
around.
there, yeah.
And I think I was probably like 17 or 18. I had to have been 18. Anyways, we're up there just like drinking a little bit. Like it's a small house party. There's probably like 30, 35 people there. And they all know each other, but I just know them because a couple kids because they're on my soccer team. And there's this like rope inside that's used for working out. And this kid, like we're all hitting dabs around this table.
Oh, no, Flower Mound, they might be hanging people.
We're all hitting dabs around this table, right?
Whoa.
And everyone's
Bunch of
just
white
like
people.
everyone's like just cracking jokes and shit, and this kid is flinging these ropes like back and forth.
What ropes?
It wasn't like a rope, but it was like one of those bungee cords that you use for working out, you know? And then it was like tied at the end, like it was two different pieces. Yeah, it was one of those workout
So
bands.
like you put your foot on it. You
Yeah,
pull it?
one of those.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm talking about that.
And he's like whipping it around like he's some fucking ninja or something, right? And then people are like, we're 18s, people are filming him, and he thinks he's like super funny. And the kid like slips and it whips back, and he smacks the entire dab rig off the table. Boom! Smashes into the wall. It's the kid who owns the house. You know, it's like one of the nicest dab rigs I've ever seen in my
I can
life.
just see this shit, man.
And everyone's just like, no. The kid is just like stuck like this. He turns around, runs out the door, never comes back. His ride is at the party. Like no one knows where he went. This kid, the door's open. You just see him sprinting straight down the street.
I've seen a quicksand video. It don't take you all the way. It takes you to the midsection, and then it don't go down no further.
I've never actually heard of people dying by quicksand in real life.
Because they fucking gone, son.
Because what if you're in a jungle and you get a quicksand and something come and eat you? You know, like
Yeah, you can't get out, and just the line's like, oh, that's nice.
Just thinking about you're in the middle of the fucking Sahara, right? And it just rained, right? You're like fucking just marching, and then just boom, and you just start sinking, and you look around, and not a motherfucker in sight.
Nothing.
Shit.
That's a horrible fucking death.
Or you know something that's crazy? I just heard this on the internet the other day. But you know that like humans are like the only animal on Earth that can't eat raw meat. Like we get sick from eating other raw things.
You know, I've wondered about that.
Wait.
That's kind of weird. We're the only animals on Earth that get sick from eating raw other animals.
The bacteria in our stomach probably can't do it, right?
So you're saying
we're also one of only 2 animals on Earth. The other one is domesticated pigs that can get sunburned.
A pig that gets sunburned?
But okay, so I
Only
think that
domesticated
goes
pigs.
because like we evolved and like people have been cooking their food since the beginning. So like we never, like let's say right now everybody just started eating raw meat, and I bet in 200 years we would be able to.
Or do you think cavemen got sick from eating raw meat, or do you think they?
Listen,
I mean,
I'm
they
very
didn't just
interested
know
to know.
that's the
Oh,
That's what I'm
stop,
saying. That's what I'm saying. So did they or not, or did they just have Did they just have short life expectancy, or
Yeah, probably.
they just lived till like 15, ate some raw meat, fuck it, dead.
We think cavemen didn't live a good life, but I'm sure they lived a very good life.
They were probably just
They
having
were just
sex and working
fucking.
all day.
They were just fucking eating raw meat and fucking hopping on dinosaurs and just riding them.
Dude, no salt on your meat. Think about no seasoning.
I'm sure they found a way to get. They probably like
Wow.
shrimp.
Oh,
They had
here's
never-
some dirt.
They had never
Yeah.
tasted seasoning though, so they don't know that it could taste
What
better.
is
So it probably
seasoning?
tastes
Wait,
good.
hold on. Because if they had fire and shit started back then, I'm pretty sure they could have at least
Had season,
learned.
yeah.
No, not
for sure
season, but
learned.
they should have at least learned that, hey, okay, this raw shit don't taste right, but if I put it in this fire, it tastes a little better.
I'm sure
cavemen
that's
had
what the
fire?
process was.
Yeah,
they
cavemen had
invented
fire.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google when they think the first fire was.
How do we really fucking know,
know.
though?
I don't
You
know.
know what I'm saying?
Literally.
It's like
Because he made a good point. Think about it. That's all they did was hunt back then. And that's all they ate was animals.
1.5 million years ago.
Because if it
What'd you
wasn't
say?
cooked, they'd get sick.
It says fire was first controlled. This is a really big range, and is why we shouldn't listen to history. But it says fire was first controlled by humans anywhere from 230,000 years ago to 1.4 million years ago.
It's just like
That's a huge
it's just
fucking
like, in order to
range.
get these facts, there's got to be a guy throughout history that just sits in a chair.
That's not even a fact. I couldn't
That's
make
not a
that
fact.
up.
Yeah, bro. That's a guess, right?
That's an estimated guesstimation.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Longer than humans have been on
You know what
Earth.
I just thought about?
What?
You know how when you go on your phone, you go through your calendar and you can go back?
Yeah, that's
Have
weird.
you ever thought about how far back you could go?
Let's try right now.
I never thought about
Mine
that.
goes to 2015 when I
does?
first had iCloud.
I'm in 2018 right now, going back on my calendar.
I never thought about that.
All right, I got a weird.
I'm stuck in 2000. Oh, I went to 1977.
Really?
Yeah, 1976.
What was on your calendar that day?
Let's see. I'm in July right now. Nothing.
Granddaddy's.
They don't even have
balls.
July 4th written down.
They don't even have
1950.
Nah.
I'm in 1950 right now. What does that say?
Bro.
1907.
Nah, bro.
1907. I'm in.
Oh
June
my
right now.
goodness.
I'm really interested in this.
Yo. I'm in the 1800s. I'm in the 1800s. Come on, bro. I'm in the 1700s right now, bro.
You want this shit? I'm about to be in the 1700s.
Bro, look at these times, bro.
I'm in 1781.
Bro, they don't even have
motherfucker.
years on here anymore.
Oh my god.
They don't even have years on here anymore, bro.
Okay, I've landed in April 1736. The day is a Wednesday. A caveman just fucked a pig.
That's what it says on the Apple calendar.
Apple should
Bro.
fuck around and like go.
New iPhone 11, bro. Look what you can do.
Dude,
Yeah,
before 1583 it stops. Like there's no more years.
Because you know why there was no life before that.
Bro, nobody's ever talked about this.
Can we talk about medieval
Shut up,
times for a
shut
second? Can we talk about medieval times for a second?
Nobody
Like
hold on,
the
wait.
place to go?
This needs to be a
Huh?
serious
Like
factor.
actual medieval times or like the circus place?
dude. Actually, I'm not fucking medieval times where you go eat a chicken and a
Oh,
and a
you want
potato.
like real medieval times?
Real medieval times. Why did we stop living like it's medieval times,
Bro,
Fucking
do you know how bad I
technology.
want to be at like a knight? Like a real fucking knight?
I don't
No,
think
you don't.
Bro,
Okay,
I don't
let me-
think. hold on.
No,
I don't think you could survive as a knight. Let me tell you why.
I couldn't.
Let me tell you why. Because Coulter would be the one that, like, when they're about to
I'm
like
ready for
figure
this.
something out, they're like, "All right, we gotta chop his head off." He go, "Actually, the real issue here is Johnny in the bushes over there is trying to come up with some political way to change his whole camp. Now, what I think we need to do, boom, they just fucking kill you."
I
what I'm saying?
think the worst part
For
about the
being
medieval
reasonable.
times.
Yeah.
First of all, like everybody smells like shit. Everything smells like shit.
But they don't know that.
Yes, they
Yes,
do,
they
bro.
do. They can
London,
But they got used to it though.
no,
you
but
think?
London and New York like are probably the two smelliest things that have ever happened on this planet.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Look where I'm at.
And then
bro.
like in war, like you know how heavy chainmetal and armor is?
Yeah, bro.
Like I watched the new movie that's on Netflix. It's a dope movie. And I didn't even think about this.
What movie?
I think it's called King.
Okay.
Right? And it's this young ass king that becomes king of England, some and another, and they're about to fight the French. I think. Somebody. And the dude was like, wait till it rains because they're all in armor and got horses. We're going to take off our armor and fight them because they're outnumbered. So, and the way he knew it was going to rain is because he had like metal in his leg, I think, or
Right.
something. And so, you know how like people with metal, when it rains, like it hurts them? Like, it
Really?
actually hurts.
I
Like
didn't
when
know
it's
that.
cold or something, you have,
yeah, bro. It's metal.
So he was like, yo, wait. And so, and then think about that. When it rains, it's all muddy and shit.
Uh-huh.
And you're heavy as hell. Like trying to run through that and fight while other dudes are agile and your horses are stuck.
Right.
And then let's say like 20,000 people die. Now you got to walk over people. To
How
fight.
heavy is a sword?
Heavy as
Heavy
fuck,
as shit.
dude. You got
Yeah,
a
yeah,
two-handed
On top
hoe.
of the 50 pounds of armor you
Yeah,
have on
yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
that shit sucks. I'd be the
Yeah.
archer.
Whoever,
I'm
whoever
gonna
first
say that.
whoever first invented the real like because the chain shit is the chain armor.
Yeah, but that goes under the real armor.
Well, that shit'll stop most swords.
You think
For
they had to
sure.
shave before they put that shit? Cause they'd be pulling your hair.
Hell yeah, they didn't have a razor.
And then think
Yeah.
about like
They
you're
had
the
knives.
front line, and then you just see a fucking
Arrows coming.
all those arrows, and you're just like, huh.
Put the shield up like that. And you
You
just
like
pray.
when
And then one hits your foot, and
Well,
then
they go through the shields, bro. Them hoes are
even
high.
that. Think
Yeah,
about just goes through and hits you in the arm and your whole.
you're
That
dead.
shit
No one's here to.
sucks.
No one's here to help you.
Hold on.
Like,
Shaving-
like,
shaving
this is the
with a
point.
knife,
the
that
doctor
shit
is
might
about to
hurt.
rub some herbs on you, and you're gonna die.
Like even if you get out of that, like No, like you're still dead. Like you have an infection already.
And then what are you about to do when you get home? Like, sorry, wife, I'm useless now. I'm not a warrior anymore. All right.
So did you know?
I'm gonna get a new husband.
Go make potatoes.
So you know Spartans back in the day, the Spartans, they fucked each other.
The dudes?
The dudes fucked.
Yeah,
Why?
Spartans fucked each other. The only reason they got married was so they could have kids.
They
Wait,
fucked.
so they were like, they actually wanted to do that. They didn't want the wife.
No, yeah,
Well,
literally.
You're
No,
out,
100%.
You're out in the middle of nowhere. You got you fucking dicks hard. You know, you guys, your fucking homies. They just fucking.
That's the thing. They're raised to like love and protect your brother. So like if the idea was, I learned this in the philosophy class. The idea was since you and me, I'm fighting for you, and you're fighting for me, like it's only gonna be stronger if I love you and you love me. So you know what I'm saying? You're fighting for somebody you love.
Think
so
about it. Think about it.
So they're all sluts for each other.
Think
They
about
all
it.
just fuck each other.
Zach is about to get his head shut off, but you just fucked Zach in the ass last night.
Literally, that's what he said.
Are you
my
going,
teacher.
you're literally going, Zach!
Literally what my teacher said word for word.
If you didn't fuck him in the ass, you go, I haven't fucked him yet.
Shit, Phil. Shit, Phil.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Phil's
Spartans
about
were
to get his
crazy.
head cut off. He goes, help! You go, he just sucked a nut. What am I gonna do for him? You know?
So just the
But that's a
update.
fact.
Just the update. My bad, because while we were having the conversation, I was still scrolling through this calendar. When I got to 1, it started going up. So now I'm at 2019.
So like BC.
Yeah. So 2019 in
He
BC.
went to before Christ.
Yeah, like bro, when it got to 1,
Yeah.
it went up instead of down.
Before Christ really confuses me because if it was before Christ,
What happened?
what
during
was going on
Christ?
before that?
Yeah, because this
No, it was
is.
just living lavish.
Let me see.
No, it's just like
20 seconds.
it's
I got a lot of questions. for
it's
this
why
motherfucker.
that it's not really used anymore before Christ and after Christ. I forget what the new,
AD after death, I think.
there's a newer term that has nothing to do with Jesus. That's like the same time period, but we just use it as a defining moment. That's it.
Well, what else is going on this week, fellas? Besides medieval times and Spartans fucking.
Oh yeah,
killing
I got a good one.
All right, talk to me.
All right, so I was talking to this guy, and it's just it kind of made me think over the last few days. But okay, I'll just like ask you guys. Like, he kind of gave me a setup, and I'll ask you guys what he asked me. He's talking about how like we think we exist as like a creation like of our body, right? Like we like our personality like comes from inside these barriers right here. And so if I was to ask you, where do you come from? Like where would you point to on your body? Does that make
Where do I come from?
Yeah, like
My
where
dad's dick?
no, like where does so if you like inside your body, like where does your existence come from?
Your
Or
my
DNA.
head,
brain.
I'd say.
DNA?
You said your brain,
My head,
right?
yeah.
That's what I said. And so he was saying that like it's a paradox it doesn't make sense for me to be able to say I come from here because I'm using the word I before the subject. So like to be able to look at yourself in a reflective way and say what is coming out of here is different than what I am. It's like saying pretty much he was just like the reason he was talking, which is I know it's a weird segue, but he was talking about like what it means to be carefree, and he was talking about how he does these like lectures all around the world, and he that's what he teaches is like how to be carefree. And he was talking about how like there's this great quote from Eckhart Tolle that I'll read in just a second, but he says that like the beginning of freedom is realizing that you are not the thinker. So he was telling me like your brain is an organ just like my heart and my lungs are, and it's designed to keep me alive, correct? Mm-hmm. So like just because my brain has sensory input that's coming in and then these thoughts are coming out doesn't mean that those thoughts are exactly who you are. I know it's a weird thing to say, but I'll read this.
I kind of get. I kind of get what you're saying. Yeah.
You
But
lost me a long time ago.
It's pretty much just saying that existence, like being alive, is more than the sum of just brain parts coming together to produce like what we perceive as existing.
So you telling me I'm here to save the world?
I didn't say that.
That's what
That's
it sounds
what I
like.
heard.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, I'll take my $50,000 off Wiz and I'm putting it on you. Nick's our savior.
So who told you this?
Some dude I just met at I was serving him at Texas Live.
He was holding him up. He had drinks to run.
This conversation.
I know, right?
Bro, these people, when you're serving, they just talk to you, and you literally have 3 dishes in your hand that are
bro, I
dirty.
got shit to do, man.
Nah, I be talking to people. I don't give a fuck.
I do too, but like, shut up, bro. I got food to run.
So this is this quote just to
right.
like make someone smarter than me who's thought this through better than me, like a good way to sum it up. But he says, the beginning of freedom is the realization that you are not the thinker. The moment you start watching the thinker, a higher level of consciousness becomes activated. You then begin to realize that there is a vast realm of intelligence beyond thought. That thought is only a tiny aspect of that intelligence. And it's true. Like but it's crazy, like, to say that, like, the intelligence that we get as us being alive is more than just the sum of your brain and sensory output and sensory input.
So what are you basically saying?
What he
That
said.
you are not the thinker. The
So
brain.
who's thinking?
Your brain is. So your brain is part of you.
You know what?
Just
Let
like
me
your heart
stop you there. Let me stop you
just
there.
like your heart is feeling
Yeah.
for you, right? Like,
Yeah.
but my brain and heart, if I feel things, like
Yeah.
if I have frequencies that you feel and I can feel that, like how
Yeah.
some people can, then, like, you can't say that those emotions that you're understanding through your heart aren't not intelligence coming in, even though it's not input.
Let
to
me
the
say
brain.
this. Let me say this. I was walking the other day, right? And then it came to a point where I was walking a long distance, right? And it came to a point where I wasn't even walking anymore. Like, I could, like, in my head, I was sitting in a chair,
But your feet were just.
but my feet were just
just
moving. Like,
moving.
I physically felt like I wasn't even walking. I felt like someone was in my body, like, you know, the SpongeBob when the Krusty Bucket.
Yeah.
I felt like someone was in my body, was moving, and I'm like, I could walk forever because I won't get tired because I'm not even walking.
Because you're not the thinker.
I'm
at
not
that point.
thinking.
Yeah,
You're not the
That's what I'm
thinker
trying to
at
get
that
to.
point.
I wasn't even thinking about
Your
it.
brain.
That's
I was
the secret
literally
of what
in
he
my head,
says.
just sitting in a chair. Just
I
like
get
this.
what you're saying now.
And he said
like
that
separate
he-
mind and body.
He said at the end, okay, so he said at the end, the whole point of that, why he brought it up to, like, and then he brought up Eckhart Tolle and all these, like, analogies that I just said, is that the way to become that is to just not think. Because he was talking about, this is going to get, like, kind of deep for a second, but he was talking about how, like, pain happens and how to be carefree. So, like, to have emotions about something in the future would be fear. Like, fear is derived from thoughts. Thoughts are thoughts that are of something that could be.
And if you think too much, then reality. If you think too much, then you lose touch with reality.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he was saying, is that fear happens, and then the only other thing that could happen is psychological pain, like sadness, and then just, like, pain or, like, feeling down about yourself, and that comes from thoughts about the past. But he was saying in the now, those things
The
do
past
not
never happened.
it doesn't exist because all you have is right now. So you can sit here and think to yourself, okay, these things happen, or okay, these things are going to happen, and this is my sad emotion about it. But in the now, technically, suffering does not exist.
Yeah. 'Cause
It literally
it's
does
pointless.
not, unless you choose to say, I
Yeah.
bring it up now. Like,
Yeah.
because if you're mad about something, like, it doesn't matter if you just crashed your car. If you total your car, like, you're mad,
It's already happened.
you could be. I'm not
Yeah,
saying you
yeah.
have to be, because I'd be fucking pissed for
If
days.
time travel was real,
But,
this
you
would be
know,
a whole
but-
different conversation.
Do what?
If time travel was real, this would be a whole different
I
conversation.
think it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. After
Gotta
scrolling
be.
through that damn calendar, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like right after 3,775, it just stops and then it just keeps
Hey, what if
going.
he was scrolling that bitch?
No, but
What if
you
he
know
was
what
scrolling
happened?
and then just boom, it just disappeared?
No, it's funny that you said that. I got to a certain part and it stopped. I couldn't even move my screen anymore. But you know what's funny? I could go off of it, but when I go on it, it doesn't do that thing where you stopped or that's the limit. It just froze completely. I can't move it at all.
Because if you go too far, then you'll
Time is
activate
not
it.
real.
Activate.
Do you know how to? You want to know the simplest truth on how to time travel? It's really fucked up because
Watch Modern Rejects.
we can't do it.
There
We
it
can't do it
is.
For a
because
second, I'm like, who is a modern reject?
all time is an equation, right? That's working, and one of that equation is gravity. So if anyone in the entire world makes an anti-gravity machine, like say you
Like
have
like a gravity bong?
Or no, but say you make a ship that can fly anti-gravity like a spaceship in Star Trek or some shit.
Yeah.
The second that thing turns on, time distorts.
Right.
And as the experiencer, you and me, we would never notice, but our timeline would literally be distorted if you could look at our timeline.
So they say you can rip a space and time, or you can rip a space and time. Is that what it is?
A hole, which is a
A
black
hole
hole.
in time?
Space-time continuum.
Or this-
Oh god, we already had this black hole
So, well,
conversation.
so like what people are scared about CERN is like the Hadron particle collider that's in Switzerland, and it's like, it's just 62 miles of tubes that go in a perfect circle, and they pretty much just put two atoms in there and they spin them as fast as they can until they collide after spinning for like hours at a time, because they're just building up speed on the 66-mile track. And then they'll hit together, and pretty much what people are scared of is that what they do with that much energy is it creates a black hole for just a second. So if we could figure out how to make it way stronger, and someone on purpose did that, a black hole would just pop up in CERN and the whole Earth would just dissolve into it.
Why? This is what we need
Let's
to do. This is what we need to do.
fuck
let's
them
let's not
Swedish
let's not let that
scientists.
happen.
Swiss.
We need
Swiss.
to fucking. We need to go to the prisons, find everybody that's on death row. Anybody that's on death row and is for sure gonna fucking be killed. Let's go fucking send them somewhere. Let's go
I
throw 'em in a
agree,
black
bro.
hole.
I'm not even lying. We need to
like,
do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
Only if they want to. Only if they want to.
Only if they want to. They're gonna die anyways.
That's what I'm saying. So they'll want to.
You got to be the most.
Yeah,
I was on
man.
death row, and you
What the
said,
fuck?
hey, you want to take a space trip? Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
like,
What
hey,
if you
man,
really go to heaven through a black hole?
Push your ass out.
But you sign a contract.
Nah.
You sign a contract. If you survive this,
Heaven's
we let you
fate.
go.
Man, hell no, you're not surviving
Be
no black
somewhere
hole,
else.
bro.
How do we know no one's ever been in?
That's death, bro. Come on, man.
They
Hey,
just
did y'all
fit him
hear
with a
about
bunch
that
of
man's?
GoPros?
Did you hear about that?
Fit him with a bunch of GoPros and just
Yeah, as soon as that.
Okay, we need a decision on this because the judge ruled something, but I won't reveal it till the
Oh
end.
God!
This
You talking about
man,
Rodney?
this man was in prison serving a life sentence, a single life sentence,
Talking about Rodney?
and he died.
Oh,
He died, and the doctors brought him back to life, and he was like, "That's my life sentence."
No, I get that.
He was like, "I should be let go because I died." The
Man.
doctors wrote down that he died, and then he came back to life. So he was like, "That's my life sentence."
you know some asshole judge
because
is like,
by the
shut
book,
the fuck
that
up.
is
I think he
dead.
should. I don't know what he did. I don't know how bad he was. He
Wait,
could've-
how did they kill him?
he died of a heart attack,
Oh, okay.
and then he came back to life.
What do you go? We gonna have all these
Oh,
prisoners.
okay,
We're gonna
I
have
get
all
what
these
you're
prisoners now try to kill themselves and then try to do some psychological shit and come back to life.
But for real, that might happen.
Zombies.
But if
So, I mean, he has a very valid point.
points
That's
were
true.
made. Points were
So
made.
what do you do?
Found some
Judge.
loopholes, you know.
And
what
if
I
you're
mean?
going by the book,
If I'm the judge, I think I'd let him go. Depending on, let's say, like rape somebody
He
or
raped-
something, you
he
know.
raped
Yeah.
6 women.
Then he's in that hoe.
You
Double
raped one
double life
already.
sentence.
I stomp his
Okay.
ass up.
But usually, if someone does something like
Maybe
that,
that's
they
why
get
they
a
give them
double life.
double life.
That is why.
so when they die, they don't come back.
How ignorant is a double life?
It's stupid.
How ignorant do you have to be the
But
person
you
to go,
could
know
also-
what? That's a double life.
200 years.
Within 20 years, though, we will start anti-aging technologies. So, like, technically, if someone gets a life sentence at the age of 18 today, in 20 years, they have a rich family member that could come give them if that's possible. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but someone could come give 100 years worth of life injections and they could make it through that hoe.
Could you imagine in 100
be
years,
mad at it.
100 fucking years, getting that thing, coming out, and you get another 100 to live?
I mean,
Now that's a motherfucker.
Unless you get good behavior.
That's true.
98 years.
98. Yeah. Y'all see that
I would
new,
kill myself if
y'all
I
see
had
that new
98,
Tesla
yeah.
truck?
Dude, that was weird.
Ozzy just ordered one.
No, he didn't.
Fuck up.
What?
What do you mean he just ordered
I
one?
think what from my homie said, Ozzy ordered one.
No, he
And he
didn't.
won't get it till
Did you see how it
2021.
looked, yo? That,
What do you? How much are these motherfuckers?
look it up for you.
Yeah, look
Look
it
it
up
up,
right
man.
now.
It's reasonable. I
It
think it's
looks
like 40,
fucking
50
cra-
reps.
Oh, it's a reasonable price.
Reasonable. Tesla's with the shits.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
We about to find out reasonable.
I saw it
I will
towing,
get that
uh,
motherfucker tomorrow. You
I saw
talking
it
about
towing
Ford?
the
It's gotta be more than 60, right?
That's what I would think.
What?
That's the whole point.
So everybody can drive it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
man Elon Musk is.
How much is
trying to-
it?
Elon Musk says Tesla's pickup trucks will cost less than $50,000.
Told you.
Ah, we're gonna see a bunch of Tesla trucks running around this bitch.
I want to look
Shit
up
can't
pictures.
hold nothing.
Dude, it looks. Oh, so it's based out of the movie Tron,
And this motherfucker is bulletproof, bro.
Oh, lovely.
which is very.
All
neat
the
these
game
days.
members
Oh,
about to pull up
grips
is some Tesla trucks.
They about to have red
lifted.
ones and blue ones.
Just shooting out the hell and like, haha, bitch, can't hit me.
Young Dolph, Young Dolph about to get that shit.
Yeah, I think I'm about to get that shit. What the fuck, bro? Are you serious?
Yeah, so the truck is the.
Well, it looks like a Minecraft car.
Yeah, it's designed.
bro.
I don't. That's not it.
Yeah,
that's
let me
not-
see.
No,
Let me
it's a
see.
pickup truck.
They just released it like yesterday or 2 days
right here,
ago.
bro. Right here.
Yes, that's it right
That's
there.
it right there.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what the hell it look like.
Yep,
Oh, that is it. I thought it was.
that's it right there.
That's trash. I'm not driving.
See,
that
people
shit.
thought it was this right here.
Oh, that would have been.
That's what I thought it was.
disgusting.
Let me see.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, but it's actually that.
That's what
Yeah,
it
but
is.
what do people think it was?
It was this one.
That one right there is disgusting.
But that's nasty.
That is
That do look
disgusting.
good. I ain't
nasty
gonna lie.
right there.
That do look good though.
That looks
looks-
dope. The other shit looks like
It's,
the military
it's
needs
based
it out.
it's based out of Tron.
That's so.
They
whack.
released it on the day because
Bro,
in,
that hoe
in,
got-
in the movie
it looks
Tron,
like he got
there's a bit
octagon
like that.
wheels. Like I know they're black circular
Dude,
It's
wheels.
like a Lamborghini almost.
from far
From
away.
Minecraft, bro.
Lamborghini.
So you said that motherfucker ordered one.
Hold on, man. Let me go to their website.
That's
What I
he
heard.
said.
Now I will confirm.
You heard.
I'll bring it back
Next
next
week,
time.
yeah.
All right.
And if he ordered one, I'm gonna slap the shit
So
out of him because
Ozzy-
it is ugly as fuck.
Hey, tell my man Ozzy I want to see papers.
I want to see pay. I need the pink slip.
papers, yeah. Yeah, Tesla
All
the
right, here
shit
it
though.
is. Order
Hell yeah.
now. Let me see what's going on.
Tesla the shit, man.
They
Don't
got
get that
a-
shit
they
twisted.
got
We're
those
ordering.
rockets.
This is the title. Chill ordering a Tesla truck. That comes out in 2 years.
Bro, it has self-driving on there too. That's $7,000 itself. They said all you need is $100.
Now that's so I've heard a lot of stories about the self-driving. They'll put it on and it'll work some days, but some days they'll go off the road.
Like, what if like the
Yeah,
road
tell them-
configurations isn't like in their data?
That's the
something?
thing is when there's construction on the road, you're fucked because the computer can't read that.
I'm sure they're gonna take that into
Hey.
consideration.
Whenever they very first released the AI, they didn't program it to say that like darker skinned people were different than like on a camera to lighter skinned people, so it like
It wouldn't move.
it wouldn't move.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So the
Didn't
very
one
the
of them
very
have a
first
baby?
AI was already racist.
Good start to that.
Damn.
Think of the future being like.
Bro, have y'all seen
mechanically
Sophia?
racist.
Have y'all seen Sophia lately? You know who Sophia? Sophia's the robot that's been out for like 8 years.
Oh no,
I never heard of Sophia.
Bro, holy shit. Sophia
hot?
is a fucking genius now. Like,
Oh, it's like that movie. Oh
Shoot.
shit!
You don't know who I'm talking
You know what I'm
about?
talking about, right?
I think so. Did it just come out recently?
Oh no!
Sophia?
There was a movie that just came out recently with a. It was with a girl. She was.
No,
like
it's where she like literally. It was back in the day. It's not back in the day,
So-
but it's at the end. She became so smart that
look
she
it
just
up on,
became everything.
Look it up on your YouTube. You can find like Sophia like best moments.
I know Lucy.
Because like this girl
It might. I think it is. No,
here
shit, I don't know.
Sophia.
Not Sodia.
Sophia.
This man typed in Sodia.
Dude,
That is
Sophia-
not Sophia.
Sophia from the Golden Girls. That's what came up.
Might
Sophia,
have
the
to
Mexican
type
girl.
in Sophia robot.
Yeah.
Is that how you spell Sophia?
SOPHIA.
That's what I
yeah,
did,
that's
and
not
nothing came up.
That's what he put.
SOPHIA.
Yeah.
I typed that Sophia. movie.
Okay, so to just set this up, this robot's been alive for like 6-7 years now, and like it was the very first like AI that could respond in conversation. So like it has enough data through
Does it
conversation
have a vagina?
that it can like you can
the
you
most
can
important
present it
question.
new ideas that it hasn't like come to, and it can literally like think about it
It will
and
ration it
it'll
out.
ration it out.
You know what else it'll do? It'll rat you out to the fucking police.
It beat
He did it.
Yeah.
it
literally
beat
did, really.
it beat the best Jeopardy players by a shit ton.
Why are we making this shit?
Literally, bro.
You're just trying to fuck us up.
Terminator is real.
Yeah.
I hope Arnold Schwarzenegger like stays alive so he knows how to handle the situation.
I'm so sick of Arnold.
Yeah, what was I finna say?
So sick
Yeah.
of Arnold.
So sick of him.
These trucks are starting to look futuristic.
Yeah, it's based off the movie Tron.
But
Tron's in
that's
the
crazy
future.
though. They trying to they trying to slide that in there. Like our vehicles are starting to look.
Dude,
futuristic
motherfuckers
now.
are saying because they heard about the Tron thing, so they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be the first vehicle that can actually get off the ground. This is gonna be the first vehicle that can." They're like, "It's at the Tesla spaceship factory where they make the spaceships and shit, where they launch the spaceships. Like they're probably gonna tow the fucking spaceship. Like I think y'all trying to give these motherfuckers a little too much goddamn credit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? Like big ass trucks
Tow a
it takes
spaceship,
to-
motherfucker.
Like, have you seen them, bro? They're
spaceship.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
No, the shit that
Yeah.
tows them.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
I seen one on the road. I seen on a video. It
It's
was
unreal.
It was in bits and pieces, and there was like 16.
Like trucks the size of two of these houses.
Yeah, and they were connected to each other.
Literally, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
bro.
So I just saw a video of the makeup artist from the show that Sophia was. She was on like a Good Morning show. They
I saw just
gave
looking
they
at
gave
it.
her a makeup artist like before she did it, and like Sophia's sitting there getting the makeup.
She's like, "Get off me, you
And
ugly
no, and she's
bitch."
she's like, thank you. Oh, that looks great. Like I've never had it like that. Like that's crazy that a fucking AI can like respond to like human interactions
You know what
like
I'm thinking
that,
about?
bro. That's
Hold on,
crazy.
You know what I'm
to
thinking
me.
about? In 2K18, the my player's name is
Was
AI.
AI, yeah.
I was just always like,
Oh.
I was a center though. I was a rim protector in that game.
Point guard.
Nah, shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
Yeah, sharp.
Point guards are pointless in the park.
Yeah.
I was
too
a,
small,
I was
you
a
don't
sharp
have-
sharp
Either a
shooting
point
shot
guard
creator.
or a forward.
Power forwards were the shit in that
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
They're overpowered.
Well, fellas, anything else? We're at 55 minutes. I gotta piss like a fucking racehorse. I was about to say something totally off. But
Hey, I'll be real,
Yeah,
yo.
piss.
I'm gonna say this on the podcast. Modern Rejects. Check this out. Remember when we was talking about how that meteorite was supposed to have came and hit Earth, but it missed? Yeah, I've been thinking, yo, like, have you ever thought, like, what if that shit would have actually happened?
if you say we wouldn't have known, why?
We would have been on
dead.
episode. There
No.
would have only been episode 38 and nothing else.
But I'm
This
saying,
whole world would go. The thing is, if
You tell me not one person would have survived that.
People in
Not that
underground
big.
bunkers, maybe.
okay, so the thing is, the people that would survive after say 20 years from now would only be people who can survive off the land. Like all power grids would go down. There would be no one working 9 to 5 jobs. There would be no gas station clerks.
Yeah, it'd be World War Z.
It would be World War Z straight up.
Yeah.
But there wouldn't be zombies. It'd just be people fucking each other up.
This is really random, but if you were, if Sophia came over, and you were just a fuck, would she be like rape?
No, I'm sure she'd give you. I'm sure she'd give you a hard time.
Like she's hard to. Like,
She's hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got to wine and diner.
Oh,
Wine and
Sophia,
dine.
classy.
Yeah.
There was some bolts. I'm talking about-
Sophia.
I'll
Sophia takes some
unscrew your
balls.
bitch ass.
And if not, I'll unscrew your bitch ass. You go fall apart.
Good times, man.
All right, show any last words,
Take the
my
plug
friend?
out.
Discover the world, I guess, because there's a lot of shit that I'm starting to learn about, man, that is starting to become a lot, I would say, suspicious. Like, as far as the way of life. Like,
Yeah.
bro, that shit really got me on that fucking calendar.
They're still gonna be at home tonight, tripping, just fucking. going.
I can't scroll no more, but yeah.
Can't scroll no more.
That's all I got, though, yo. Positive vibes, and that's all.
Colton,
There's no such thing as conspiracies. The government is right about everything. They've told us the truth. Everything. Chill, you're wrong. I'm sorry, man. You
It's
know.
all good, yeah.
Nah, dude. You know the government's always right.
Yeah,
are you
it's
being
all
sarcastic?
I'm being sarcastic.
No.
Okay, I'm about to say, whoa,
Real.
what?
Make sure you bleep that part out.
Yeah, fucking.
'Cause, no, bleed out the part that he was being sarcastic, because, you know what I mean, government gonna be watching, bro.
There you go. Sorry, Hillary.
I'm telling you, bro.
Sorry, Hillary.
They're gonna be right here at your front door on
Pat,
next
any
Friday.
last words?
Oh, wait, who won the bet though? You won, right?
I won the bet.
Remember from the
You had to
podcast?
bring
I know.
that
I just didn't want Pat to get through this whole
They won in overtime.
thing. Yeah, I saw it. I just wanted to make sure Pat
Yeah.
got embarrassed.
Pat, any last
Shout
words,
out-
my friend?
Shout out Luka Doncic, man, and come catch a bucket from your very own Lifetime Luka.
You're very on lifetime. Good episode. Let's get up episode round of applause, baby. Round of applause. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow the
Hit the
SoundCloud.
button.
We'll be back next week. This is the Modern Resistance Podcast, episode 59. We'll see you later.
All my life I've been with intellect, but the flow is like incest with degenerates. Fucking stupid if I ain't of interest as I interject. I moonwalk in my boots, footsteps when I'm on set.